It is 4:30 a.m. The streets are empty. You can't even see me right. Time to get our 50 push-ups to wake up the mind. Let's do this. After my 50 push-ups, I do 10 minutes of meditation because I am a person who's obsessed with taking action, obsessed with getting better, which seems like a good thing, but it can easily turn into frustration when things go out of your way. And that's why I do this, to keep my ego under control, not falling into quick temptations and distractions that take me out of my main mission, which is to save as many people as possible from acne and inconsistent energy issues. I then come back to my room very sneaky so that my parents and my brother don't wake up, and now I am gonna make my bed, which is right here on the floor. Yeah, I sleep on the floor, even though I have this super comfortable bed right here. So why do I sleep on the floor, man? What the hell? It's because not only it's good for posture, like I lay down and my back starts cracking, it really feels comfortable, but I also am forced to sleep up so that I don't sleep with my cheeks on the pillow, which really does cause acne, because I've noticed in the past I used to have way more acne on one side than in the other, and that was because I was sleeping on this side. And so that's why I sleep on the floor. And not only that, but I genuinely feel amazing when sleeping on the floor. I feel way more connected to myself, way more connected to God. I don't know, man. It genuinely feels fulfilling. And in my head, if I was at a place that I want to be with full financial freedom, and I'm able to travel the world and have my own place and work like crazy on my business every day without school or random tasks, random work, whatever, that isn't aligned with my purpose, I would be sleeping on the floor. Like, I just imagine that reality, that apartment where you just have the mattress on the floor, you have a desk for the PC, a standing desk, and that's pretty much it. That's all you need. It's just meat, a workstation, and a bed on the floor to thrive on the business. In my head, that's my imagination. So then I also hydrate myself, of course. This is the first thing I do in the morning. I don't focus about anything else rather than drinking water. That's all I focus about when I wake up, because my brain is telling me, go back to sleep, bro. We need more sleep. What's going on? Sleep more, sleep more. And I just tell myself, just drink water, just hydrate. And it genuinely feels amazing to hydrate in the morning, like as soon as you wake up. So this is my motivation right here, like hydration, bro. Now, of course, no tap water out here full of hormone disruptors. No, we have nice spring water. So yeah, we're gonna start by that right now. So if you're wondering what my bed is, we have this rug right here, we have this blanket, then we have this other blanket, and we have this one right here, and then that's it. I just sleep on top of this, and we have the main blanket as a cover. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Okay, so now that I so now that I'm out here on my desk, the first thing I do is write my dreams right here on this journal that I painted when I was 14, man. Because I was a very creative person, and that's why I write my dreams. Because dreams are literally a door to creativity. You see things in dreams that you never imagined. Like, it's just so weird. And today was one of those weird dreams. Okay, I went to bed at 8 p.m., which I never had done really. I usually go to bed later, but it's amazing to go to bed at 8 p.m. It's life changing. Life changing to go to bed early, man. And I'm not talking about 9 p.m., I'm talking about 8 p.m., 7 p.m. Man, it's life changing. You wake up at 4 a.m. like it's nothing, full of energy. And so you see these dudes online saying, oh, wake up at 4 a.m., it's hard. But the truth is, if you go to bed early, it's not that hard. And so that's the secret right there. But as I was going to bed, man, I was not sleeping, but I was not awake either. Like my brain was in this sleep state, dreaming. And so it was like I was in both sides. I was awake, but dreaming at the same time. And this was when I went to bed, not before waking up. No, this was as I was falling asleep. So I was dreaming before falling asleep, which is so weird. And so I was walking on this street, this main street, picking up the bus to go to the gym, I believe. And just like that, this dude pushes a girl, playing with her, funny, pushes her, and she almost gets in the middle of the road. And then this car, who's just going super fast, goes zoom right in front of her. And but the thing is, the car doesn't stop, so I'm looking at it like freezed up. What's going on? And the car just goes against the some house, and in that moment, I completely froze up. In the dream, I could not move. I was paralyzed, and I was like, I can't even move. I was saying this to the dude because I was just so traumatized. I felt that gut feeling of pain, like what's going on? And then in real life, I wake up and I can't move either. Like it was so weird, bro. I felt the paralyzed feeling in the dream and the paralyzed feeling in real life, and I could not move, man. And I felt, oh my god, something wrong happened. Something wrong happened right here. What's going on? And so I instantly get up, I go to my brother and I ask if everything's alright with him. I check on my parents, on my grandparents too. Because in my head, I just think like, oh, I sensed something wrong that happened. Like in the past, in sixth grade, I sensed like one day I woke up and I just said, oh my god, this is a bad day. I can just feel it. And it turned out it wasn't a bad day. Like the day went completely fine. But then my parents come home after I literally had told myself, oh, the day wasn't bad after all. I was just, you know, making stuff up in the morning. And then they tell me that my uncle died. So from that day, man, I started to believe that, bro, there's something bigger, man. Because I genuinely felt in the morning something was wrong. And I did not knew my uncle was sick, did not knew anything. I had never felt that something was gonna go wrong that day. And bam, that happened. So that's why today I was a bit freaked out by that dream because I had never really felt paralyzed in my dream. What the hell? And then paralyzed in the morning, I could not move. Not in the morning when I woke up from the dream. And so I like to reflect on my dreams. And you might say, but I don't dream, man. I never remember my dreams. The reason why you don't remember your dreams is because you don't journal them. That's the reason why. If you journaled your dreams, you would remember them. That's just how it is. And so the first thing you gotta do every morning, as soon as you wake up, is just, what did I dream of? What did I dream of? And you remember, and then you write them out. And who knows, one day I'm gonna go to a psych, psychiatrist, psychiatrist, I think that's how you say, and I'm gonna just show him my journal. He's gonna read my dreams or something, and he's gonna tell me, bro, you're a maniac or something. I don't know. But yeah, You can know a lot about your subconscious mind in your dreams, and you can only bring your desired reality into reality if you change the subconscious mind. Because otherwise, you're gonna keep sabotaging yourself, keep doing things that you do not want to do, keep falling into bad patterns, and that's not what we want, man. We want to make the subconscious conscious so that we can change it, change our identity, and be able to have the reality we want. Not necessarily that's gonna manifest, but simply we are gonna start acting from the identity that we have in our heads. So I know this is weird. I'm like, how the hell do I do this? But I'm gonna show you my journaling process that I do every morning that allows me to change the subconscious into the conscious, like change my subconscious mind with my conscious mind, and I can achieve any result I want. So this journal right here, it's about $10, man. I really invested in a good journal because this is what allows me to stay consistent with this habit. Because I was very inconsistent with it, but now I do it every day. Not only for the process I'm gonna show you, but because I invested in a good journal. And when you invest, man, it always comes back to you. It's weird. So the first thing I do, first of all, is write everything I have to do for the day. So yesterday at night, I wrote everything that I have to do, all the tasks. And I'm not talking about, oh, do this, do that. No, it's very specific. From 5 a.m. to 6 a.m., I do this. From 6 a.m. to 7 a.m., I do this. From 7 a.m. to 8 a.m., I do this. I have lunch here, I have dinner here, and I follow pretty much the same thing every day. The tasks might change, but it's the same structure. And so you can do the structure on something like Google Calendar, and then you fill it in every week at the beginning of the week or the day before, which is what I do. And I do it out here on the journal, which I find it better than the Google Calendar, to be honest. I just use the Google Calendar for the structure, for mental visualization of things. And on a weekly basis, I can organize myself. Okay, Saturday is the day where I just record a ton of content. Sunday is the day where I just edit a ton of content. And so I have specific days for each thing. But the normal habits like gym, meditating, journaling, those things, they always stay the same each day. And so, yeah, as you can see right here, let me show you. We have the whiteboard right here with all the tasks for today. So we have 5 a.m. wake up, we have post stories, journal, deep work, gym, eat clean in terms of low carbs. Yeah, so many things. But now let me run you through the goddamn journaling process, man. I feel like I'm losing my track. I'm trying to cover everything, but that's not good. We gotta stay on track. So what do I do? The first thing I do, man, is I write the date of today. So today it is the 10th of November 2025. And then I write something like, hello world, grateful to be alive. Something like that. I just start with positivity, like, just gotta start with this. And then I usually write something that's in my mind, some new lesson I learned, some insight I got from the universe, from God recently, like a lesson I learned. And this day it would be the story about the dream where I was paralyzed. So the realization I had from that and that I was reflecting today when I was meditating was you can literally make anything possible with the mind. If the car accident wasn't real, and my body paralyzed, it froze up, then if I'm able to do that, but let's say with lifting a car, and I imagine my daughter, which I don't even have a daughter, but I imagine lifting her from the car and saving her, then that's gonna be reflected in real life with boosting my testosterone, with exploding my muscles like to a next level, because it's just, you lift a goddamn car, you build that crazy strength, but it's not real, it's only the mind. And so you can literally alternate the body just using the mind. It's like if I imagine I have a certain disease inside of me, if I go to the doctor and he tells me you have this disease, I don't even have the disease, but because I believe it's so bad, the disease is gonna become reality. And so that's what I would write. I would start with a realization just like this one I had. Then I write the main goals I have for this month. So, what are the goals I have for this month? And I don't write, I am going to have, I will achieve this. I write, I have, I am. So, I write, I have a certain amount of subscribers, followers. I have clear skin. I have 75 kg of lean muscle. I have my business making X amount this month. And that's what I write. Then I write the things that are necessary for me to achieve this. And these are the things that I have been avoiding. So, for example, I write, I go to bed every day at 8. I wake up every day with no excuses at 4 a.m. I meditate in the morning even though I don't want to keep my mind on the right path. I journal. Okay, I'm journaling already. I'm gonna write something like I don't hit the snooze button because I've done it multiple times and I felt like a pussy every time I did it. The brain is lying to me. And this is what I do. I write the things that are keeping me from achieving my goals. The things I have to do that I normally slack off on that are going to achieve me my goals. So I stick with a low carb diet for clear skin with no excuses. And we gotta be specific here. For example, I don't eat carrots. I wouldn't even say I don't eat carrots because then you're thinking about carrots. So I would say I eat strictly just meat, not even eating, not allowing low glycemic snacks like carrots even, because that can be still screwing up my skin here and there. And so you do something like that. And I have a clear structure to follow through on my PC on personalized Notion dashboard. But I already know this. Okay. Okay. And so this process right here, I call it the mirror shatter, where you, and so the next thing I write is my identity to make the to, and so the next thing I do is write my identity that's gonna make me do these actions. You get what I'm saying? Because it's with the and so then after I write the actions that I'm gonna do to achieve my weekly, and so then to achieve my month, and so then in order for me to achieve these actions that are normally things I screw up on, it's called the mirror shatter here. So I write things I avoid. I break the mirror. Essentially, I'm killing that version that I don't like. Screw you. I don't hit the snooze button. That's what I write here. The actions that I avoid, that I must do in order to achieve my monthly goal. Now, what we do? We need to write the identity of the person that I want to be that does these actions. Because we only do things that are aligned with our identity. I'm not going to go out to parties and drink alcohol and hook up with girls because that's not my identity. That's not who I am. I am against that stuff. I'm a man of God. I'm going to stick with my soul, with the right path. I'm not going to do that. And so I am going to go to the gym though because I identify as a jacked person, as a healthy person. So you can only do things that you identify as. And you can only enjoy them if your identity allows it. So I write, I am a shredded, clear skin, charismatic, driven, with a high purpose coach. This is my identity right here. Okay, this is my identity. And then I usually write, yeah, I've already done that. I write the things that I avoid that are against my identity. So breaking the mirror, that's the point here. And then I write 5 things that I'm grateful for. Why do I write 5 things I'm grateful for? Because that puts me in a high frequency. It puts me in a positive state. And you're only able to receive things from the universe when you are happy, when you feel grateful. If you feel sad, if you feel hungry, it's impossible for you to feel good and when you receive something. Or it's impossible for good things to come to you, man. It's really impossible. So by being grateful, I just operate the day on, everything just comes together, man. And you gotta do that. So, right, I'm grateful for recording this YouTube video. I'm grateful for this microphone right here. Having a microphone, I'm grateful for that. Even though it's not the best microphone, I'm grateful for it because it improves my video. I'm grateful for books because they give me the knowledge to be better. And so, by saying the things we are grateful for, especially writing them, we are reinforcing a positive state in our mind. We constantly look at life in a frustrated state. Oh, this thing went wrong. That went wrong. That went wrong. Just like I stuttered right now. But by looking at the good things, we're gonna start seeing more good things. It's like when you close your eyes and you think about the color red. When you open, what's red? Okay, that is red, that is red, that is red. You just tend to see more red. But now, what was green? What was green? Oh, I have no clue what was green. Okay, let me close, think about green. Okay, that's green, that's green. You see whatever you think about. So if you just see good things, if you're constantly grateful, you're just gonna see more positive things. And that's gonna allow you to escape any rabbit hole that you're in, escape any rut, escape any negative cycle you're in. Okay? So this is my journaling process, and I didn't write the most important task of the day, which is record this YouTube video. If I didn't did anything else besides recording this YouTube video and the one I'm gonna show you in a second, my day would be productive. That's the mindset you need to have. What's the one thing that's gonna elevate your life so much? In terms of clear skin, it's the diet. In terms of your business, it's gonna be record the YouTube video. Whatever it is, that's the first task that you should do in the morning. I do the meditation, sure, I do the push-ups, but that's just to put me on the right flow, on the right frequency, to then attack and do the right task, the one thing. Because you don't want to just do mental masturbation of doing all the good habits, but then you actually don't get done, the thing that's gonna elevate you so much. So that's exactly what I do. I do the process of the push-ups, the meditation, and then I get right on the most important task. And so I don't even overthink too much on my journaling process. I just do it to set clarity for my brain every day, to not get lost in ADHD tendencies, to go chase others' random goals, to just do other tasks that aren't aligned with who I am. That's the reason why I do the journaling process. Because in the morning, especially at 5 a.m., man, you can feel this energy in the air, this pure energy, and God is seeing you, and He's giving you all this energy to manifest your dreams. Because in the day, man, everybody's awake, so God is giving energy to everybody. But when it's 5 a.m., you're the only one. God gives you way more energy. And your brain, your subconscious mind is the barrier between your conscious and subconscious mind is a lot weaker. So it's easier to enter there and change some things around and be the person you want to be. So now let's get on the most important task of my day, which is to record a module for my new program of getting clear skin while building an aesthetic physique. Let's do it. And as you can see, man, it's not even 8 a.m. and I got the most productive task of my day. I recorded this module for my program, which covers all the healthy products you should be using in order to smell good and not destroy your hormones. So these are all the healthy products you should be using, right? Instead of these ones, man. This scam, which of course are gonna disrupt your hormones and cause you acne. So here are some quick sneak peeks. If you wanna, you know, get access to this, DM me on Instagram and we'll see where you're at and how I can help you. But just like that, man, this is how we do it. We wake up, put on some hoodie, put some headphones on, use this light right here, which isn't too intense, doesn't like destroy my eyes, and we got the work done before everybody was up. Before everybody was up, I did more work than the others. And just like that, after finishing my deep work task, I go outside and I do some grounding and I finish it as soon as the sun is setting up. Like everything is planned out, man. So now I look at the sunlight just like this. You don't have to directly look at the sun and get blind, but just get some sun in your eyes. And this is gonna set the circadian rhythm, which is the most important thing to get deep sleep. Just like this, man. This was my sleep of today. And this is how I'm able to wake up at 4 a.m. without feeling horrible and having this pain in my head of low energy, anything like that, man. And this is, of course, insane for clear skin. You need good sleep to restore it, to repair the cells that are damaged from acne. And that was a big mistake I was doing in the past, which was waking up 5 a.m. I would feel horrible, horrible. And I would just tell myself, it's part of the process, you gotta wake up and do it. But now that I fixed things, I'm able to wake up at 4 a.m. like it's nothing. Like it's so easy to do it. You just need to set your health in the right way. Set a circadian rhythm. And then the next biggest thing is sleeping according to your sleep cycles. Most people, they just put an alarm clock. Okay, I'm gonna wake up at 5, at 6. And they just wake up. Oh my God, what's going on? The alarm clock. You're waking up in the middle of a sleep cycle, man. That's the problem. You're just spiking your stress levels to the maximum, like an enemy. You know, you're sleeping in the jungle and out of nowhere a tiger appeared. Oh, what's going on? Attack mode. And that's why you get extremely tired when you wake up. Because you're waking up in the middle of a sleep cycle when you're in deep sleep. You need to set your alarm and you gotta calculate this. So you go to bed at a certain time and you wake up in the end of a sleep cycle. Each sleep cycle has 90 minutes. And you also gotta make sure you're getting enough sleep cycles to thrive and feel good energy. And going to bed at 8 is gonna allow you to produce testosterone, because we produce testosterone in a window period of 11 p.m. to 2 a.m. That's the most dominant hour of producing testosterone, of repairing the body. And so if you're going to bed at 1 a.m., bro, you messed up. You lost the testosterone production window. And so you're gonna feel low energy, because testosterone is key for high energy, for feeling like a man to conquer the day. And so just like that, I know I ranted a bit, but it's too much knowledge in my head. And I have the systems of implementation, everything set it up. So for me, it's so easy. I just have to follow these. It's so easy to achieve results when you just have a clear structure, man. And when you're emotionally connected to this. I'm not out here helping others making this content just for the sake of doing it. I'm doing it to prove and destroy the dermatology system. They wreck me, giving me Accutane, giving me all these skincare products which made my skin worse, left me with scars, and now I gotta destroy them and build not only this business but myself, because to build a business you gotta be on the next level. Your business is always going to be constrained by your level of self-development, and that's the biggest realization I've had. So I constantly need to be stepping up, doing more effective, authentic work with focus, and then I can achieve anything and get more clients and help more people. And so guys, this is the morning routine that I follow in order to stay on track and win. Subscribe for more if you want to see the whole journey of me saving over 100 men, getting clear skin, and building an aesthetic physique where they're proud of themselves. They don't no longer overthink, what if that, what if this, when they're in a networking event, overthinking about their skin, overthinking about people judging them. None of that. That is already solved. You are already complete, and you can just chase your highest purpose. That's the entire goal of having a business, right? Is to chase your highest purpose. And that's what we're here for. So let's go.